What is up, successful high ticket closers? It's Sean, and I'm gonna hop on real quick here to share with you my thought process on what I've just shared with my students last week. And my message for you today is real simple. And by the way, if you're watching this live, comment #live. If you're watching the replay, #replay. And if you need my personal help to walk you through this process, look through your current setup, comment #clarity. Okay, and my message for you today is real simple. This time next week, in 7 days, you could be looking at your PayPal, okay, and seeing 4 figures in commissions flowing your way. And when I mention this process to you, can you share with me in the comments what is happening in your mind? Are you laughing at this outcome and say that, haha, that's funny? Or are you saying, yeah, that has happened for me? Or are you saying, yep, that's possible, it will happen to me? I want you to catch this thought process in your mind right now and put it in the comments, okay? Because whatever that just entered your mind in response to the caption of this video, to that sentence that I just said, that next week, this time, you could be making all that money, is a clear indicator of where your paradigm is at. Okay, and this indicator, it not only tells me where your paradigm is at, it tells me how everything is going to turn out for you. So if we don't address this thing right now, weeks and months and even years could start, and you will still be wondering what would life have been if I became a legit, full-time, 6-figure, successful, high-ticket closer. Okay, this has got to do with your paradigm. Okay, it is your paradigm that just generated that response and say it is possible, or it is not possible, or it is ridiculous, or it is extremely achievable. Okay, you must understand that in 2018, when I first sat down and I wrote down my goals of how to achieve my first 10K month by the end of the year, I had absolutely no idea. I didn't know how I was gonna get there. And you must understand, during those years, there was no such, there were no programs that you see in the market today. Okay, there were no sales people teaching this process. There was no Sena to guide me on how to do this. I had no idea how. Then your next question would be once again, so how did you do it? So I'm going to share with you my process, okay? And I'm not even going to address like the first 10K month, okay? I'm just going to share my first 1,500, which is 4 figures, in commissions, okay? 1,500 in commission. Coming into my PayPal with no warning. I didn't know it was happening. So what happened was, I was in a sales team, right? I had found an influencer. And when I joined the team, the influencer told me, okay, so I thought it was a high ticket closing opportunity because he had a high ticket offer, right? He was an influencer. He closed me to join the team. So when I joined the team, I was waiting, right? Where are my leads? When can I close, right? Isn't this an opportunity? So guess what he said? He said, Sean, here are 18 names. I want you to call them and sell them our program. And I said, okay, how did you get these 18 names? He said, I got this from a professional traveler. His name is James. And I was like, what the fuck is a professional traveler? Like, is there an amateur traveler? Like, what does a professional traveler does? I didn't know. And he said, doesn't matter, you call these 18 names and you sell them our program, right? It was a 7K program. So I called all those names, and every single one of them, they hung up on me, right? They said, I told James not to give my number. And I was thinking, really? But my influencer told me that James gave you the number and then I had to call you. And they said, no, I told James not to give my numbers out. And I was like, what is happening, right? So I had 2 choices at this point in time. My paradigm could have told me to blame this influencer, right? You have no leads, you have no funnel, why did you hire a closer? My paradigm would have could have chosen to quit the team and wallow in self-pity. But you know what I did? I didn't know how, but my paradigm was able to find a how. I recorded all my conversations. I took down my notes. I wrote down 3 things, okay, that I could improve. And I wrote down 3 things that I did well. I saved the conversations. I saved my notes. I put them in a CRM and I sent it to my influencer. I said, these are the work that I've done. I didn't get anything, but here are my notes. Here are my reflections. Here's what I did well. Here's what I didn't do well. And here's my plan moving forward. And you know what he said to me? He said, well done. And then that was it, right? And once again, my paradigm could have chosen to sabotage myself, quit the team, go and do something else. And I didn't know how, right? You're always asking how. I didn't know how, but here's what I did. My paradigm, I went to sell to this guy called Jason, and I didn't get the sale, right? And I left it at there. 1 week later, so here's the main story, right? So 7 days later, my influencer called me. And this was after I had completely forgotten that I'd spoken with Jason, okay? My influencer called me and he said, congratulations, right? And I said, why? Like, why are you congratulating me? And then he said, you closed, paid in full. And I said, really? Like, your joke, it's not funny. Like, I'm not getting your joke at all. He said, it's not a joke. You closed, paid in full. I said, who? When? What? Where? He said, Jason paid in full. And I said, no. I called Jason. He said, no. And my influencer said, I called Jason. He said, yes. He put down 7K in full. So Sean, your commissions this month is 1,500. And I said, but I didn't even close. And he said, Sean, I want you to understand something, okay? Your work ethic, okay, your paradigm, the way you operate is fantastic. I want you to understand that with this mentality and with my coaching, you can make a lot of money on this team with me. So here's my gift to you, and I want you to go out there and build a team for me, be my sales director, and let's build something together. So as the sales director, I had closers under me that whatever they earn, I would earn an override. I had an entire team afterwards, more than 20 plus closers. I was earning the override by training, coaching them, and I was earning from my own sales. And that was how I become a 6 and later on 7-figure closer remotely full-time in Singapore. I'm an Asian guy. I had no sales experience. I don't work in US time zone. I'm not from the US. I haven't done sales before. And this was what I was able to build. So I hope that by sharing this story with you, you can understand that 1 week from now, you could be doing the same thing. And don't ask me how. I wanted to share this story with you so that you understand that there is no how. If you keep chasing after the how, it doesn't work because your paradigm will always do itself. Your paradigm will always be your paradigm. It will always do itself. You do you. Your paradigm will always do your paradigm. So if you don't change at the level of the paradigm, and you are buying courses, you're investing in programs, you are trying to improve your techniques, but I can tell you right now, your paradigm is going to sabotage yourself. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done if you were in a similar situation? You probably would have complained about the influence. You probably would have quit the team. You probably would have done so many things that your paradigm has been programmed to you and you're not even aware of this process. Okay? So I hope that after learning of this story, ask yourself, where is the part in your paradigm that can guide you to believe and execute in a way that even though you don't know how, you can still attract the unknown how into your life simply by making a series of right subconscious decisions that stem from a paradigm that knows where to fish and knows how to fish, even though you don't have a series of clearly defined steps. And if you want my personal help to look through your current setup and see where you're currently at, okay, and where you need to be going, comment #clarity, because you have been in this group for some time. You have been a closer for some time. If you are not making progress or you are not at the level you want to be, my question to you is why? Okay, because ideally, if you have been coached right, if you have been trained in the right way, where every day when you wake up, you know exactly what are the basic 4 to 6 action steps that if you took it consistently, you'll be on your way to achieving the results that I just shared, and then you can transition out of your job. You can start doing this full time. You have money flowing in consistently. You always know where to get gigs. You'll be a true, legit 6-figure closer. So that is my message for you today. I hope it made sense. Let me know what you think, what you're currently going through, which part in the story made sense to you, and which part of what I shared you didn't really understand and you would like me to elaborate. Put it in the comments as well. And if you need my personal help, remember #clarity, send me a personal message and let's have that conversation. Until next time, comments, questions, feedback, send them my way, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.